Today I'm going to be giving you a tour of our 100-acre farm now that almost all of our vegetables are in the ground. We'll start off here at the actual farm. In the beginning is the 2 greenhouses that we grow all of our flowers in. After that's the high tunnel. Then you have the blue shed and the barn where we do a lot of our packing and just storage. The pond where we irrigate out of, and then after that is our pasture with our cows. You can see a couple of them moving around down there. First, I'm going to go all the way down here to the bottom of the farm where we have our potatoes. In this field, we have red and white potatoes with 2 drive roads just so we can maneuver around the field as we need to. They're obviously very small yet. They're going to get at least double, if not triple the size of just, green leaves. Underneath is where obviously the potatoes will be growing.
I never check my phone. Got some sun on my body by hydrocortisone. So much weight I've been carrying, I lost it on the road. I'm never one to...
After the potatoes, we're going to come up the hill to the next veggie, which is going to be peppers. We have peppers in 2 different fields, in plastic and just bare ground. Now you might see a silver pipe going through the field. That's our irrigation line. It was very dry earlier, and we thought we were going to need to irrigate, but Mother Nature gave us some water and we didn't need to, which we were very happy about that. The plants are pretty small yet, that's why it's kind of hard to see them, but they have now finally taken root and they're starting to get green, put on some new leaves, and before you know it, they're going to be 2 foot high and hopefully putting on some peppers. But as of right now, we're just happy to see some new green leaves, some new growth, and healthy peppers.
Watch the sunset from my 6 feet.
Above the peppers now starts our sweet corn. We have several different batches of sweet corn. At the moment, I think we have 3 or 4 at least in. This one right here you're looking at is the second batch, and you can actually see the difference on the left. It's about a foot or 2 higher, is again sweet corn, but that was planted a couple weeks sooner. After the peppers and the bare ground finish up, we move into the peppers in the plastic. We put these in a couple weeks sooner than the ones in the bare ground, and we put them in plastic just to keep the weeds down. We've been doing it for forever, and it's just nice to have peppers a little bit earlier. So we do the same exact thing with the same exact varieties, just underneath plastic. Below them then is the eggplant. These are 500-foot rows, just regular, normal purple eggplant, not the long skinny ones, not the white ones, just your everyday eggplant you would see in the grocery store. Then below the eggplant, across the road, is our garlic field. We grow approximately 10,000 bulbs of garlic in the same exact patch every single year. Usually with veggies you want to rotate, it's good for the soil, but garlic likes to be planted in garlic, meaning that it's not going to deplete the nutrients in the soil. It's going to grow just as good the next year as it did the previous year. And it's kind of a proven fact because we've been doing it now for about 4 or 5 years, and every year the garlic seems to turn out beautiful for us. Next we move into the cole crops. On the top, on the right, is our peas, which is 2 rows of those. Then we move into cauliflower. We grow white and purple cauliflower. Below that is cabbage. We have flat cabbage, we have Savoy cabbage, and we just have the regular cabbage, which you can see. All these are very young yet. They're not even really getting a head on them, but they are doing very well. They're very healthy. Then we move into broccoli, kale, collard greens, and kohlrabi. Across the road from them is our pickles and cucumbers, along with zucchini, and then the 4 rows below them are our red beets. After the cole crops are finished, we move into the vine crops, which is our cantaloupe and watermelon. As you can see, only half the field is filled, and that's because, again, we do 2 different batches. We did not get our second batch in the ground yet, but as you can also see, our first batch is doing very well. This right here is watermelon. We have yellow seedless, red seedless, and yellow with seeds. And then up top is just your normal everyday cantaloupe with orange centers. At the far end by the woods, we even grow honeydew. Kind of has the texture of a cantaloupe, but in my eyes, it's a little bit sweeter.
If I didn't know that before, I made myself some money and traded it for some that I don't even need anymore. At least we're honest about it. If we're anything at all, at least we came and we saw. At least we came and we saw.
Moving into the mid-season cole crops, again, same exact varieties as down below. Cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, kale, kohlrabi, all that. And we usually don't plant as much in our mid-season, not because we really can't sell it, but because it doesn't like that hot heat. Sometimes it's a little bit cooler and it does really good for us and we get a lot of rain. It really just depends on what Mother Nature gives us.
It's the wounds that come from another year lived. And I know this about
After cabbage, we move into the onions. We grow just about 20,000 onions. We grow yellow, we grow red, and we grow white varieties. A couple different varieties of each, just because you never know if one variety is gonna fail or not. We always like to have backups. Right now, they're all just starting to bulb up. Still gonna be a couple weeks till we can start harvesting, but with the lack of weeds that's in there, which is very nice, and the rain that we've been getting, we're hoping we're gonna have really nice sized onions this year.
at least we came and we saw. At least we came and we saw.
Then we move into our tomatoes. We lay a lot of our fields out the same. A lot of it has to do with the spraying. My dad can only spray 3 rows with 1 boom. Obviously there's 1 boom on each side of the tractor, so he can spray 6 rows at a time, meaning that we need to have drive roads every 3 rows. That way he can spray everything evenly all at once and not need to go over 1 row at a time. We grow probably around 5 different varieties of tomatoes, one of those being Red Deuce. They're all bigger slicing tomatoes. Most of them are round. We do grow plum for the canning, but we don't really get into the whole yellow, low acid, cherry, all that kind of stuff.
I used to be a bronchi buck. I was young the first time I let loose. And all of my friends on a bender again, always looking for something to do. And we all had jobs but no money at all. We were broken, alone and confused. So you came along with my back against the wall. You gave me everything I had to lose.
This last clip is just the scenery around our farm. As you can obviously see, there is a lot of farm fields around. We have a lot of farmers in our area. Some are just grain farmers, others are vegetable farmers, others are fruit farmers. But luckily, we all work together, we get along, we help each other out when we need to, and we all get along very, very well.